Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Day 2, Hartford, Connecticut. Pokemon Trading Card Game Regional Championship. On my left, mixing it up, Jeffrey Saran, Rap Saran, of course, Dupe Snacks Dubé. Here in front of you, Dupe Snacks, I didn't even say my first name. My first name's Kirk, by the way. Sunday morning here. We're still knocking the rust off. Cinco de Mayo, so celebrate that. Some people did. We went out to get some food last night.
Agave. It was very nice.
A lot of sombreros, a lot of people going off the wall for it. So that being said, we've got a matchup for you. We are tipping our cap down to the two highest finishers of day one, highest record finishers. That is Justin Kulas and Nathaniel Orr. 801 for Justin. I believe Nathaniel 711.
711 or 702. I think 702. I think he's the other undefeated. Yes, 702.
Okay. So that being said, Pico Ramir.
Pico Ramir.
A lot of high intensity, high flying action. We saw it a little bit in Toronto. With the best Shemansky.
That's the best Shemansky.
And Hurricane Norman.
Hurricane
that was a good little matchup. So we're bringing it back here. Fret not. If this one goes quick, we've got a couple backup matches lined up so we can pull onto the stage depending on where they are in the game. So we're going to bring you a lot of round 10 action, but we thought to start the day, you got to tip the cat to the best day one performers.
100%.
Justin Kulas, Nathaniel Orr, they definitely earned the right to be on stage, so we're going to put them there.
Absolutely. This match is going to be really interesting here. You know, both players have different techs to kind of combat each other there. Got to tip my hat to the side of Kulas. He does play a Tapu Koko GX versus the flip side of it. Nathaniel does not. That being a two-prize attacker that could still take a big hit on a Pikarom. Could see that coming in very sharp here. But, you know, Nathaniel sets the matchup. I'm sure he knows about these different techs, and I'm sure he's well aware of how to handle it.
So Nathaniel opted no Tapu Koko GX, second Zeraora GX.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to Thunderclap zone out. Seems like the players are ready, so we'll jump down to the action. We'll talk about these decks a little bit in between actions and when we got some opportunities, because there's a nice ace spec on Nathaniel's side that I happen to enjoy quite a bit. So we'll jump down to the action. They're going to get started here in 3, 2, 1. Ship to screen. There's a handshake. Flip some starters. We got Rainbow Rare on Justin's side. Card looking good.
Blingin' Pikarom. Oh, he's all blinged out.
Ultra Ball, Gold, Ultra Ball.
Top Cut taking care of him nicely right now.
Pitching away Xurkitree and Lightning Energy. Going to take a quick look.
I didn't get to see the concepts with hand too much here. He's probably going to grab the Coco Prism right now. Seeing he Ultra Ball away one of the Lightnings. But and this tells me he probably doesn't have any max elixir targets as well in his hand unless they're already in the form of basics. Not grabbing a Lele here, so more likely has a supporter in his hand to draw after this turn. The Tapu Koko is going to be the card of choice.
I do like that, especially because he was able to, Justin was able to discard the energy. Of course, Ultra Ball. Search your deck for, when you play Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards from your hand. Search your deck for any Pokemon card, put it into your hand. So a very powerful card that unfortunately will be rotating right before Worlds. However, right now, in Expanded, it is legal, and Tapu Koko Prism joins the fray.
I like that he decided to Ultra Ball away to Xurkitree GX. Not going to get much mileage out of that card in this matchup at all. The ability to be able to shut off but not take any damage from Pokemon Special Energy. And it's going to be a basic energy battle here.
Yeah, some tangential impact, on Flash Energy, but that's not what this matchup's about.
Yeah.
Silent Lab and a Sycamore. Good starting turn here, able to get some energy on the board without having to use a Max Elixir or the attachment return. And there's Flash Energy on cue. See Shaman. However, Silent Lab is going to shut that Shaman off real quick. Trainer's Mail doesn't need to be played yet. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Pass. Nathaniel draws for turn.
Silent Lab's going to be huge in this matchup right now, especially starting it off right off the bat. You get some energies on the board, take advantage of the Tapu Koko there, and Nathaniel's not going to be able to Shaman, Lele, have any access to those basic abilities.
Not to mention Zeraora Thunderclap Zone also shut off. Of course, I mentioned that, and here comes Zeraora GX. Might be dropped down on the bench here. Quick to note, Nathaniel, his A-spec of choice in this weekend, Scramble Switch.
Scramble Switch actually can play really big here. Now, while Zeraora may not be able to give you the free entry ability, Scramble Switch can still move your Pokemon to the active while also bringing all the energy to it.
Max Elixir hits for Nathaniel Orr, not difficult in a deck playing 11 basics. And this early in the game, not a lot has been weeded out quite yet.
Do see some Trainer's Mail. and a Verse Seeker as well. So definitely still need to find a supporter here.
Trainer's Mail, look at the top 4 cards, choose a trainer card from it, put it into your hand. Choice Band is the only legal target. Well, Versus Seeker was in there as well, but with no supporters in the discard, I think you'd rather just have the Choice Band. Nathaniel seems to agree, and I think we're going to resolve another Trainer's Mail. See if we can find a supporter here. Nathaniel needs it. Shaman, that's not that.
It's Juniper. There we go. Last card. Yeah, Shaman haven't done much there. Couldn't grab it with Trainer's Mail, and then he saw the Nest Ball too. Could have grabbed an additional Pokemon here, but like we said, there's no supporter right now for him. So,
Choice Band comes down onto Zeraora. Electro Power, might as well play it and then resolve that Juniper. Discard your hand, draw 7. Very strong supporter. Has kind of been rehashed in the form of Professor Sycamore. Some people preferring the old school, just going, I'm going to play Juniper.
One big thing here, too, is that Nathaniel does play a 1-of count of Field Blower. If he can find that one, he can discard that Silent Lab. Outside of that, though, there aren't any switching cards.
Here we go. Nathaniel eyeing up the Ace spec. Choice Band down. Scramble switch. Here we go. Let's put some pressure on this Pikarom early. No. Silent Lab. All right, they caught it.
Good catch.
But that stays out there, and that's an incredibly easy Pokemon for these Lightning decks to knock out. Of course, Shaman is Lightning weak.
Did he not attack?
I believe elected.
Oh, he only has 2 energy. He only has 2 energy.
Oh, that's a gold choice band.
It's a gold choice band.
Well scouted. All these gold cards, really putting us on the ones twos this morning. Trainer's Mail again. Look at the top 4. Choose a trainer among them. Not named Trainer's Mail. Justin unfortunately has to fail that. Didn't find anything in those cards.
And I don't see much else going on in his hand right now. I mean, both players under the power of Silent Lab right now with no basic abilities. So right now it's just going to be kind of a attach pass scenario here with some elixirs until someone can make that first move.
Just taking a quick look at Nathaniel's discard. Nathaniel says, well, if you're going to spend some time doing that, I'll use that same time window and do the same. Zapdos coming down, not an inclusion that we see too often in these decks. However, Zapdos comes down and an Escape Rope is played. Nathaniel Orr going to put up.
Does he have another energy?
I mean, is that Pikarom? I'm having difficulty identifying that card.
That is Pikachu Zekrom, and looks like he's going to Versus Seeker for the Sycamore again. And going to try to look for that last energy to go ahead and pull off a full blitz. And there it is, the first card he draws.
And a Max Elixir. Has to be content in seeing that, especially with another Pikarom on the bench. Couple Gold Lightnings looking good.
Yeah, definitely going to probably see the attachment here to the active Pikarom and a full blitz to the bench one here. But let's see what happens with his Max Elixir. He does have a lot of energy in hand, so this Max Elixir has a good chance of whiffing.
It does. A numbers game, not particularly on Justin's side right now. Couple energies that have been spent already. However,
there he goes.
You only need 1 to hit out of those 6. And Zapdos is the threat of choice for that lightning energy to go onto. Quick shuffle by Justin. And as you mentioned, I think we're going to be able to see a full blitz attack, provided he puts the attachment for turn on the active Pokemon. Interesting.
Okay, so he's going to go for the Zapdos
attack. Go to Zapdos.
I like this here. You're going to apply some easy pressure with the non-GX. Going to hit him for 110. 110, as he did play, I think he played Electric Power. He did play an Electric Power, so it should be up to 110 damage.
There you go. Well scouted, Jeff. Nathaniel brought on the same page as us in the booth here. And
there's
now the double Field Blower, getting rid of Silent Lab, and hopefully that can unlock some cards in Nathaniel's hand. It does unlock the Zeraora GX on the bench, which is nice.
Zeraora going to be able to have that Thunderclap zone to allow the free retreat of almost lightning Pokemon there. Get light on their toes, get to run back to the bench if they need be. What I like here about the Zapdos as well, it did apply that 110, and it also puts this Pikarom here within a full blitz knockout of 150. Take the KO here the following turn.
Yeah, it's just nice, clean math. Pikachu Zekrom coming down. Max Elixirs is actually exactly what Nathaniel was looking for after that. After playing that Sycamore, Juniper, and being able to draw up, because he had manually attached to the active and does want to be able to retreat that, getting into the Zeraora GX to be able to attack and take a knockout is fairly important here.
Absolutely there. And the thing that hurts about this here, you're taking a knockout on a 1 prize attacker, and a Pikarom Mirror does not usually go that way. There you have your trade blows, your different tag team GX Pokemon there to set up those 3 prize knockouts. So right now, that Zapdos knockout is irrelevant.
Max Elixir off the top. Justin's gonna play it down. There's 3, there's 6,
Man.
and there's another one. Justin cannot be stopped. These Max Elixirs are treating him very well here in round 10 in Hartford. Going to attach that to the benched Pikachu Zekrom, and you got to favor Justin's side of the board. Just has those bigger, more powerful attackers set up, ready to go, and really start cutting through Nathaniel's board.
Yeah, Nathaniel needs to hit some big Max Elixirs this following turn to set up the other Pikarom. However, he already has 1 damage on bench. This Zeo Aura is about to get full blitzed to an active spot here. And that's going to set up a Tag Bolt GX for a double knockout potentially later in the later game.
I think that's something that Justin is certainly eyeing down, being able to take a big 4-prize turn here with the fully powered up full blitz GX. Trainer's Mail, Computer Search, that's a good one. That's one of the best ones you can get off the Trainer's Mail is that Computer Search. Computer Search effectively represents any card in his deck. Computer Search reads, discard 2 cards, search your deck for any card, put it into your hand.
Here's the following channels going. That is Blingy. That's blinged out of his other cards here. Probably couldn't find that 4th T-Mail gold, but able to find the choice bin off that.
Well, if Justin would reach out to our companions over at FullGripGames.com, a 10% off Pokemon singles using promo code LGN10, or excuse me, LGN10. LGN10 will get you there. Pokemon singles, gold Trainer's Mail. Let's get this Justin kid hooked up. Computer Search, throwing away gold Ultra Ball and a Lightning Energy.
Sorry, I was still just in awe of that there. So, anyways, Computer Search grabs a random card out of his deck. Looks like he grabs the Electro Power.
Gonna get hungry for
Is
that
it double
knockout.
Choice Band Electro Power takes the KO on the Zeraora.
It's nice to take a KO and also be able to power up the backup Pikachu Zekrom.
Thunder Mountain in his hand next turn, so there's 3 energies even on the bench. Zekrom will have enough to be able to...
Does he have 3 energies left? There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. 3 on the nose. Justin had it the whole time.
He's only attaching 2? I guess he has 1 in hand, and with Thunder Mountain, it's still going to be the same effect.
So keep that in there for maybe...
he does not have another energy in hand.
He does not have another one in hand.
Maybe he just didn't see it. Maybe he doesn't want to get hit by like a Tapu Lele attack, or... We'll see what he's planning here.
Daniel steps in with the damaged Pikachu Zekrom.
He does hit an Elixir, so this is a good start right now. There's 1 Flash Energy. Elixir going to be coming down.
There it is, first card.
Easy hit. We can find 1 more Elixir here in a Zeraora. He can retreat this active Pikachu Zekrom and do some mirroring damage to the opposing Pikachu Zekrom.
Noting that Justin did use Electro Power, Choice Band is down. Might be a little bit harder for Justin to cobble together, 1-hit knockout on a clean Pikachu Zekrom. So Nathaniel maybe needs to make it a little bit more difficult for him.
One big thing, too, that can happen here is that Nathaniel also plays Silent Lab. So you can run into a scenario where you can hit your Zeraora, retreat the active, promote the new Pikachu Zekrom, and play Silent Lab, which would leave Justin's Pikachu Zekrom in the active spot or force him to mainly retreat, keeping that damage on the Pikachu Zekrom.
Zeraora GX comes down after Nathaniel plays a Professor Juniper and discards quite a stack. Now, I don't want to say stacked hand, but certainly heavy hand. Xurkitree actually might get into the fray here because the Pikachu Zekrom in the active has a Flash Energy. that might be relevant.
That's going to be relevant there for sure. And Nathaniel opting to play his own Thunder Mountain. So both players are going to be able to take advantage of that reduced energy cost for your Lightning type Pokemon. And we are going to see a full blitz here.
I believe Justin has in hand a Versus Seeker, and he did discard a Guzma off of a Professor Sycamore. So if Justin has an attachment with Thunder Mountain in play, there's the Lightning Energy. I think we're going to see Versus Seeker Guzma and take a 4-prize swing here. Oh, it's in there, bud.
Yep, that's it. This is going to be a game. We're going to take the knockout on the Pikachu on bench. Also Shaman. And double knockout here with Tag Bolt GX. Game 1.
Flip the GX marker.
Going.
Give me 4 prizes. Shaking the hand. Going to game 2. here in Hartford. You did mention you thought that Justin had a little bit of an edge in this matchup for a card that actually didn't really come into play. I do think Justin had just had that stronger start, and sometimes in these peek around mirrors, that's just kind of what it comes down to.
It does come down to that. It comes down to like the veracity of your first start, how fast you can go, how many cards you hit at the right time. Elixirs, he was able to get that Tapu Koko play right away, and Silent Lab the following turn was slowed down Nathaniel infinitely, and Justin was still able to apply pressure even after that Silent Lab. Nathan had playing the shame. I think he could draw additional cards. A little bit of a hiccup there, but I think Nate's going to be a little more aware this next game. He did eventually get going. However, it was just Justin was too far ahead at that point to make a comeback.
Great deck selection choice here by Justin. That Zapdos from Team Up.
Yep.
Definitely put a good amount of pressure, single prize attacker, and set up that Pikarom later in the game to provide five prize turn, right? Yep. Shaman and a 3 prizer. So very good use of Zapdos. And actually, when he hit the Max Elixir, we assumed it would go to the Pikachu Zekrom.
Yep.
He put it on the Zapdos and immediately pivoted. So gotta give Justin credit. There's a reason he's 801 here in Hartford, and he's going to see if he can keep this train rolling through games 2, and if it comes down to it, game 3. Nathaniel, how does he need to change it up for game 2?
Nathaniel just, first of all, just set up it. He didn't have the best setup there because of Silent Lab. If he can just get them early elixirs there, and he is going to get a chance to go first, and maybe hit a Mars Shadow early to disrupt Justin before he can start hitting his elixirs and keep all those cards in the deck, make him less likely to draw any optimal cards. That's probably going to be the route to success here.
All right, let's see if Nathaniel can make that happen. Our player setting out prizes for game 2. Justin, from what we see here, has a little bit of a concern of what his starter is going to be, but he selects one, and we're going down to the action now, so we don't miss any of it. Here in Hartford, round 10, day 2, expanded tournament, making a rush to the top 8 with 2 of our best day 1 finishers. Tapu Lele in the active for Nathaniel. Not what he wants to see. Pikarom off the top, though.
So this is the tough thing here. So Nathan only plays one Tapu Lele GX.
Just want to point out, Ultra Ball discarding 2 lightning energies. If Tapu Koko Prism is in there, is it not in there?
He maybe just wanted to draw. He had no supporters in his hand, and Tapu Lele's in the active spot, so he couldn't opt to get a supporter at that point or anything like that. So he has 0 draw in his hand. I think I saw Choice Band and another lightning energy in his hand. So I think that's the reason Tapu Koko wasn't the choice here.
Well, can't knock him for that. I was really excited to see the Tapu Koko Prism and just power up a Pikachu Zekrom immediately.
Wow.
That last card, what was that last card?
Pokemon Ranger.
Oof, that is a tech card that is not going to get a lot of mileage in this matchup. And unfortunately, Nathaniel's hand is just kind of clogged up. However, at least with the double max elixir and another energy in hand, he'll be able to hard retreat that Tapu Lele. Mm-hmm. This is a worst case scenario, hard retreat the Tapu Lele. Oh, but the other, those are 2 flash energies. Those were 2 flash energies, and he failed the other max elixir.
This is with no draw supporters in the hand right now, it's going to be a little bit of, it's pretty much a fortunate start with him there.
And just a pass. Mr. Kulas taking a look at his hand.
He has a let loose of his own, but he probably won't want to play that, knowing that even that Nathaniel didn't play any supporters this turn.
Thunder Mountain, Electro Power, Shaman, 1, 2, 3, 4, back up to 6. Did Justin hit what he needed there? Some sort of max elixir energy switch combination, something along those lines?
I'm trying to see what that last supporter was. It might have been a Cassius there. It looks like he is going to decide to let loose. He wants to get going here while the Lele's still inactive, play a little aggressive here. And maybe the fact that Nathaniel did not do much those turns, just like, okay, let's just put him back in your deck and make you draw less.
Well, not to mention, not only did Nathaniel not do much on his turn, not play a supporter, there's 2 incredibly vulnerable Pokemon on Nathaniel's side of the board. That Shaman is easy pickings for a Zapdos, single prize attacker, and it's an easy way for Justin to get 2 prizes. Nathaniel still kind of on the back foot here, even though through the let loose. And Justin just wants to cobble together something reasonable out of these 4 cards to just put himself a little bit further ahead.
Still not much on Justin's side here. I think it's a Cassius, Lightning Energy. That might be a Colress in the middle. Or Electro Power. It's hard to tell with the card next to between the casting Electric Power is. But T-Mill off the top deck, fortunately, and an Ultra Ball. So Nathaniel has options here. He can grab another Shaman EX if he really wants to stretch that there and draw additional cards, which he may have to after this Let Loose.
So Nathaniel opting to discard a Lightning Energy again. I'm not. I think I don't know. I didn't see the other cards in his hand, but if he doesn't have another attachable energy, I'd like to have seen that on. He does, but it's a flash energy. Energy switch. That's a start. Like, at least you can energy switch onto the Lele, attach flash energy, and still get an attack in. Justin didn't get much going. Didn't hit any elixirs. Didn't get any.
This might be actually a good win. That's a good call there. You're going to test the flash, switch to active so you can hard retreat. Flash energy not be able to attach. And then Shaman here, see if we can find an elixir. Scramble switch.
Cocoa Prism.
And so this is a good scenario here. We got Scramble Switch, and we also have Cocoa Prism here to add more energy to the board. So you're going to see Cocoa Prism come here.
So if he Electropowers twice,
So right now he's hitting for 180 if he does full blitz here. 2 Electropowers will be a KO.
But if he Dance of the Ancients 2 more, I think he can.
I
think you do Tag Bolt GX.
Well, Dance of the Ancients does 1 on each. 1 on 2 different bench Pokemon there. So that'll put the Pikachu Zekrom on 3 energy. Attachment 4.
Oh, so the choice band's
he needs an elixir, and then the attachment, and then the Dance of the Ancients, and then he can do Tag Bolt because Thunder Mountain is in play.
I was thinking those were 4 energies, but I guess that's a choice band there. 3rd card back. What a like high octane, just kind of volatile matchup this can be.
He can still get there. Here's the tough thing here is that he could play his Scramble Switch and put all the energies. Actually, yeah, he can still do the Tag Bolt there because of Scramble Switch. He can move all the energy.
Scramble Switch, A-Spec coming through, and he gets to Juniper. Get out of here. Justin's just shaking his head like, yep, those are things that are happening on my side of the board. Yeah, and he hit the Electropower. So he played the Electropower. So is he hitting for 260 right now? He
needs 1 more energy. I think that's only 4 energy on there. If I'm looking at this right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Or is that 5? I think it's Choice Band. It is.
It is Choice Band, so he Tag Bolts for a knockout, though.
With double Electropower. No, that's what it was. Yeah, because he had double Electropower, so you could full blitz for the knockout. He didn't need to do Tag Bolt.
Full blitz for the knockout. Didn't have enough to do the multiple prize Tag Bolt GX. Was 1 energy short. However, that is still a knockout on that Pikarom. And now Justin's just looking at his board going, huh, what just happened here?
Yeah.
Let Loose Marshadow stepping into the action. Definitely not the Pokemon you want to be promoting in this matchup.
Interesting enough here, I almost would think that, I guess because all he needs to do is attach energy to the Pikachu Zekrom, but load up that one because you're going to do Tag Bolt GX here this next turn and take double knockouts. So, yep, here we go.
Justin, I love this. Pick up your cards. Make sure you have the most amount of time that you can have for Game 3. The discussion that John and I were having yesterday is if there's a window to run through to kind of give yourself an out, sure,
yep.
you are well within your right to play to it. However, in a matchup like this where it can be swingy and the window was closing ever so rapidly, you might want to opt to give yourself the most amount of time for Game 3 and give yourself a full vetted chance and have that be the one where if you need the extra time to close it out, you can use it there.
Absolutely there. Justin, unfortunately, on the back foot there. He didn't have a good draw there prior to the Let Loose, and the Let Loose not get him any love at all. Nathaniel, however, while he didn't have optimal cards, the cards that he was able to have brought him too closer to where he needed to be. Ultra Ball being able to get that Shaman there, Elixir to attach extra energies, and ultimately he found that Juniper to start rolling with the strategy. And it was at a risk. 2 vulnerable Shamans on his bench, plus the Shaman in the active spot, but was able to combo together all the pieces there. Double Electropower plus Choice Band for the KO on the active Pikachu Zekrom, and just saw the writing on the wall, did not see a chance to come back from there.
Yeah, actually, Justin's Let Loose actually helped Nathaniel there.
Yeah.
Because his hand wasn't too great once he passed the turn back. And I'm not sure Justin needed to play that Let Loose.
Mm-hmm.
Just something to think about. Sometimes let loose decimates your opponent. Sometimes it unclogs their hand, and sometimes you're the one that catches 4 terrible cards and you can't move forward. So
I think it's a rough threshold to kind of look at too, because at that point you see that Nathaniel did not do much, but at the same time you're not either. So at what point do you kind of go, what's that gap that you have to close there between, okay, he attached 1 energy, but I haven't done anything. Is this the right time to play it? And Justin opted to do that there, and unfortunately played in the back end of them there. So I wonder what would have transpired if they both kind of played until the person made the first move.
definitely have to maintain just kind of a short-term memory, erase that second game from your head, reestablish, and just get ready for Game 3. Do what you did all day Game 1 for both these players and try and take down another win. Game 3, Round 10, let's get down to it. We see a handshake, and Justin is going to be on the play here. To the surprise of not many people, Zero Aura GX in the active and Tapu Koko Prism on the bench for Nathaniel. 2 very good Pokemon that he wants to see will allow him a lot of mobility through his chunkier Pokemon like Pikachu, Zekrom. Justin's side, Trainer's Mail, Pikachu, Zekrom picking up a Flash Energy and just a pass.
Yep.
Colress on Nathaniel's side, Flash Energy on the Zero Aura, so that's going to have free retreat now. Trainer's Mail being played. Look at the top 4, kid. Grab yourself a trainer.
This could be big. The E-Switch and the Juniper are both good cards to see here because he has Elixir as well and could have E-Switched up to the active Zero Aura. But, like you said, no draw support there, only the Colress. Colress, for one, we don't want to go back to Worlds with Estrada. We want to make sure that we get enough cards here when we play a Colress.
Taking a look at the hand, Electropower might as well. And
huge.
Another energy in the discard for that Tapu Koko Prism, which is great. Lost some resources there, but I don't think Nathaniel minds too much. That's a reasonable trade-off.
Ooh, he has a Silent Lab at his own side here. So let's see, we have an Elixir here, which you don't really want to attach that to the Koko Prism here, as you're going to loss zone that. But opts to get rid of Silent Lab is going to go after Pichu Zekrom, so he's looking like he's grabbing.
Yep, Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards, put a Pokemon card from your deck into your hand. Tapu Lele and Silent Lab going away. Pikachu Zekrom coming to the hand for Nathaniel. Obviously, the deck is Pikarom. So it is obviously the namesake of the deck and certainly one you want to get on the board. Choice Band. All right, let's see if I can finally keep track of a gold Choice Band and not get it confused with the Lightning Energies.
Oh, 5 and 6. He whiffs the Elixir.
Good sign for Justin. Nathaniel's got to be like, well, the odds weren't too good.
And there's a let loose.
This is another one of those situations, let loose, because Nathaniel wants to keep the high, as I mentioned, high octane turn going. However, Justin quite simply Trainer's Mailed into not much, Flash Energy on the active pass, and now Justin, although getting less cards, might get 4 better ones.
Yeah, because this could play exactly the same scenario as it did Game 2 on the reverse there, where Justin let loose, Nathaniel was able to take advantage of it. Now Nathaniel needs to let loose here, and I don't see. There's a team mail, double team mail. Could get something off that. So we'll see which player is able to progress off this.
Well, we see a supporter. We see Thunder Mountain.
Justin actually, I think, has Computer Search and Sycamore, if I saw correctly there. I for sure saw Sycamore, and I think I did see an Ace Spec as well.
All right, Nathaniel taking a look. Grabs Thunder Mountain. Another team mail here. Maybe an energy switch.
First Seeker, that's good. You can be able to Sycamore or Colress the following turn.
Does grab versus Seeker. Rest of them going back.
So he's going to have a draw card for next turn here. Just, he wanted to get a little more energy out there. Unfortunately, with the Elixir there. And as they were probably going to stay here in the active spot and save the damage output. Is going to, instead of bringing out the Pikachu Zekrom, he's probably going to save his damage.
I love using the Tapu Koko Prism right now. You know your opponent's playing Silent Lab. You just threw away your other one. And really the value you want to get is at least 1 energy onto a Pikachu Zekrom. So I really like that. Also, not playing down Thunder Mountain. Kind of punished now as it's stuck in his hand.
Okay, so the boarded card was a Gold Verse Seeker, not a Computer Search. However, finding Sycamore off the let loose is still fantastic here.
Flash Energy in hand, Thunder Mountain in play. I mean, we have a full blitz ready to go here from this Pikachu Zekrom.
Does have an Ultra Ball as well.
If he finds another damage modifier, he'll be able to knock out this Zero Aura GX in the active.
Yeah, I wonder if he's an eye down getting a Shaman to make that play, Kirk. As you mentioned there, you get Shaman right now, set up, drop 6 cards. If he hits another Pikachu Zekrom, Or sorry, another Electropower. He can't take the KO on his Aora. Oh,
Is that Choice Band?
That's Choice Band. So he has KO.
That he has KO. That is an Ultra Ball, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe grabbing another Pikachu Zekrom and just power that up with a Tag Bolt.
Fully agree. There's going to be a loaded up Pikachu Zekrom right now with the full Blitz attack. And with Verse Seeker in hand for the following turn, he'll be able to do another Sycamore.
And just announces Tag Bolt. That's a knockout. Nathaniel was just kind of stumble a little bit after the Juniper, after his own let loose. And this is exactly what we were talking about. Justin had nothing. And now look at Justin's board. Thunder Mountain, Electropower, Choice Band, Attach for turn, Tag Bolt, 3 energy on a new Pikachu Zekrom, and he's got the Versus Seeker for next turn to just do it all over again.
Yep.
That let loose, punishing Nathaniel right now. Justin just getting a good mix of those 4 cards, and he is now just down to 4 prizes, and Nathaniel has to step up. However, Thunder Mountain is in play.
Thunder Mountain is in play. He will be able to full blitz him on his board as well. He's going to Ultra Ball here, and more likely get another either Shaman or he's going to get the Pikachu Zekrom here. I'm not sure what supporter he had in hand if he does to draw. And actually, I wouldn't even grab Shaman here. You see how close he is to the Tag Bolt. So you probably want to go ahead and start setting up your own Pikachu Zekrom on your side of the board.
Yep, we see that full art Pikachu Zekrom going to go to the hand. Throwing away Thunder Mountain. Obviously, there's one in play. Take advantage of that one. Your deck does the same thing. So we are going to go Pikachu Zekrom, Electropower play down, Versus Seeker, and I want to see a Juniper give him 7.
Juniper's going to come out here. Now, we can't see a potential big play here like we did last game where double Electropower Choice Band can take a KO on this Pikachu Zekrom without having to use a GX attack here.
So the Choice Band is already on.
Yes.
So finally got that one right. Is that a Scramble Switch? Circuitry? Did he Max Elixir? He just got a wonky set of cards here.
Yeah, he didn't get enough here to pull off that KO, but still can pull off the full blitz if he gets an energy to the active spot, or play the Scramble Switch to bring the Pikachu Zekrom to the active spot.
Scramble Switch, powerful ace spec, and I mentioned that I really enjoyed that Nathaniel was playing it. It had a lot of merit in Game 2, and might have a lot of merit here in Game 3 as well.
Circuitry coming to the life here because of his ability. He also can hide away from the Pikachu Zekrom with the Flash Energy on it currently. 1
Ultra Ball and Lightning Energy.
He really, really wanted to dig for that Electropower.
I believe there's another Shaman in deck if he can thin some of these cards down with Ultra Ball.
I definitely think because of how far ahead Kulas is at this point, I think you're right here. He has to go get the Shaman and grab the additional, try to find additional Electropower here. He needs this KO to stay within contact in this matchup.
Both players are playing 4 copies. Nathaniel's going to get another crack at it with a setup. Look at all the squishy Pokemon on Nathaniel's side of the board, though, to try and push overextend into this.
This overextension can turn to tide,
1, 2. Electropower, there it is. Electropower, there it is. He's got to be happy about that. Put it down. Tag Bolt going to be able to fuel up the backup Pikachu Zekrom. That's a huge knockout.
Choice Band, 180. Double Electropower, 240. Right in the nose to take out the Pikachu Zekrom.
Nathaniel's got to feel good about that. Overextended into it. However, the onus is on Justin now. They're just chucking haymakers back and forth.
So here's the big thing that actually can happen here. If Justin has a Guzman in a discard pile, all he really needs to do is just load up this Pikachu Zekrom here. A lot of Electropower is already gone on Nathaniel's side. I would safe to say that this Pikachu Zekrom can survive an attack. And Nathaniel's board is full as well, so no Coco GX plays. But he can load up his Pikachu Zekrom and Guzman next turn to double knock out on Shamans for game.
That might be his only, not his only route to victory, but his strongest route to victory. However, Nathaniel, with the Choice Band on the active Pikachu Zekrom, would only need to find another Electropower to just Tag Bolt. And just Tag Bolt for the knockout and take those last 3 prizes. That is not a lot. That's not a high ask here. And Nathaniel's deck, I'm pretty sure, is just down to 1 Electropower and like 12 other cards or whatever. So it's not that unreasonable for him to find it. Maybe if he plays a Juniper, something along those lines. Ultra Ball on Justin's side, going to throw away a Versus Seeker, and
I definitely see 3 Electropowers. Trying to see if I can see the 4th one in there.
I believe he played 2, discarded 1 early, so as long as it's not in his prizes, it should be tucked away in his deck somewhere.
Yep.
Justin going through, discarding, as I mentioned, to the Ultra Ball, a Versus Seeker, and I can't quite tell what that rainbow rare is. It might be the Tapu Koko GX.
It's hard to tell right now. I can't really make anything out of it there. But I wonder what Justin's going to grab here. Is he going to grab that Pikachu Zekrom to set up here? I do think the play is to try to set up the Tag Bolt GX for the following turn. Tapu Koko GX is in the deck. It's right there on top, so that's not the card's Ultra Ball away. It probably could have been another Pikachu Zekrom. So if it is, he's not looking for one here in the deck here. He's probably looking for a way to... Oh, Koko GX, yeah, could take the knockout here with Tapu Thunder. He can Arrow Trail
because
into
it's
the
50 times the amount of energy on your opponent's side of the board. So it comes in, Arrow Trails all the energy off Pikachu Zekrom, and Tapu Thunder GX can deal... what's that, 6 times 5, 300 damage. That's a knockout. And that would put Justin down to 1 prize. However, Tapu Koko GX only has 170 HP.
170 HP, super fragile a Pokemon there. But, taking on this big knockout right now and only losing 2 prizes the following turn.
Love it. Arrow Trail in. Give me all those energies. Nom, 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 nom.
And I think it's smart here. Look at the note here. Only moved the 2 energies here. Because Thunder Mountain is in play, he can take advantage of that effect there. Only need 2 energy. And this way, he can grab some additional elixirs and additional energy to attach to get his Pikachu Zekrom set up for the following knockout.
Gotta love not getting greedy. Go ahead and sycamore away that Shaman. Don't even put it anywhere on this battlefield. Don't want to give up those very 2 easy prizes, especially in when people are chucking lightning bolts across the stadium. 7 cards drawn for Justin. Trainer's Mail, no. Lightning Energy attached for turn, yes. And again, no double attach there. That was the 3 energy that were on the field were from the previous full blitz.
There it goes, knockout on the Pikachu Zekrom right now.
And that was he got his Tapu Koko Prism off of the prizes.
So, yeah. This is a good spot for Justin right now.
And Nathaniel has a Shaman on board. That's the easiest, and a Marshadow. Like, those are 2 incredibly easy knockouts for him, for Justin.
Yeah, Justin only needs the Guzma right now for the game. He can take the KO more than likely if he could find that other Electric Power here to take the knockout with Pikachu Zekrom. But it's tough right now. He has to find a way to disrupt Justin's hand. And now he has 1 N. N can be huge. If he can take a knockout as well as play N to the 1, he still could be in a great spot.
So Nathaniel thinning out some cards in his hand. I think he's going to have to throw that Lightning Energy down on Pikachu Zekrom. I'm not too sure about that. Is the Guzma in the discard?
What if he's trying to think of like some energy switch play he might be able to do? But there's the N, perfect.
The N to 1.
So I'm thinking he's hoping he could bank off of, and hit this Electric Power, take the knockout or a Choice Band, and then, withstand 1 hit from this Pikachu Zekrom and then do a Tag Bolt of his own for KO maybe. It's a weird scenario to be in. But
each player shuffling up. Justin's going to get 1. His deck's substantially larger than Nathaniel's, who's been thinning this entire time. 1, there's Guzma, there's Lightning Energy, and that is Nest Ball. Nest Ball going to be played. Get it out of here.
Looks like he's eyeing down another full blitz here for the 150. If Justin here can hit this Guzma, is that a Juniper? Sycamore. He got N to 1. His 1 card was a Sycamore. He top decked the Ultra Ball. Not what Nathaniel wants to see here. He's going to do another return N here. Electro Power in hand. So you can Sky High Claws for 160. Sky High Claws base is 130.
But look at Nathaniel's hand. It's a Lightning Energy and a Guzma. He can attach that Lightning Energy to Marshadow, for example. Guzma up, hard retreat.
Does he have Electro Power?
Oh, no, he needs to play to the Electro Power. Excuse me.
So he needs to play Electro Power, 2 Electro Power or Electro Power Choice Band to take the KO on that Pikachu ROM on bench. I mean, if Justin's smart, he doesn't bench anything else here because we do see Tag Bolt is in play and can't take double knockout on anything there if he does. So
here we go. This is down to the wire. Nathaniel needs to see.
So this could be
a max elixir. That doesn't clear it up. I think Justin has gotten across the finish line off the back of that Tapu Koko GX.
If Nathaniel could find a way to bump this Thunder Mountain with like the Silent Lab, he could probably Guzma up the Pikachu Zekrom and then take the KO on with the Tag Bolt GX on the bench, and then Justin could not full blitz knock out without an energy the following turn.
Guzma here, but he can't even feed Nathaniel a weak Pokemon. He has to.
He's probably going to promote Circuitry after this retreat here and hope that he doesn't hit the pieces. That's the only thing I can see here as far as survival.
Hard retreat into Circuitry. I think Nathaniel's just playing to anything.
Double Electro Power, wow.
And that's
for the
a knockout.
Game. No flash energy on this Pikachu Zekrom. Double Electro Power. We take the knockout on the Circuitry GX with full blitz.
Good night. Professor Sycamore off the end to one.
Man.
Just filled his hand right back up, able to come through and grab a big W. You mentioned before this matchup started, you thought the game changer in between the two decks what gave Justin the favor was that Tapu Koko GX. And sure enough, Arrow trailed right in and was able to Tapu Thunder for 300 damage and take a big knockout on a Pikachu Zekrom.
Yeah, big, huge play out there. Had exactly 5 energy to take the KO on the Pikachu Zekrom. It was well timed too. Came off the let loose. Like you said before, sometimes it's good for you, sometimes it's not. It's kind of like a little seesaw effect right there. But both players played great. They both played the best of their ability there between what was given. Pretty much a haymaker matchup. Whoever's going to get ducked, whoever's actually going to land the blow with these big right-hand haymakers with these two decks.
Absolutely. We're going to go grab Justin for a winner's interview. So hold tight. We will be right back with the round 10 winner. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Kirk Dupes, Next Debate, here with round 10 winner, Justin Kulas. Congratulations, my friend. 901 here in Hartford. You got to be feeling good about that.
Yeah, it's feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good. So, Pikarom, obviously a high-octane deck, able to take 9 round wins. How did you land on Pikachu Zekrom for this weekend?
Well, I actually had absolutely no clue what I was going to play Friday. And I had a friend, Reagan Retzloff, who showed me his list, and I thought it looked pretty good, so I played it.
It turns out it seems pretty good. How much did you know about Nathaniel's deck before going in? Had you been playing next to him? Did you know kind of some of the differences in your all's lists?
I knew absolutely nothing.
Fair enough. We noticed that Tapu Koko GX, incredibly strong GX attack that we don't see too much out of Pikachu Zekrom decks because they're trying to do the full blitz. Was that kind of always your plan once you saw the full blitz come into effect on, the full blitz come into effect on Nathaniel's side of the board, and you saw those 6 energies ripe to allow you to hit a Pikachu Zekrom for a big knockout?
Not necessarily, because as you saw in Game 1 with the Zapdos, it allows for like a GX attack to clean up a Pikarom with my Pikarom. So it really just depends.
Tell me how that matchup normally goes. Is it just who draws better, who hits harder in the early turns?
Who draws better.
Who draws better?
Game lasts like 3 turns.
That's also true, and we saw a little bit in Toronto. Justin, going forward, what kind of decks would you like to see to kind of keep your tournament moving in the correct direction?
Lots of Zoroarks.
Lots of Zoroarks. Feed them all the Zoroarks. Well, that's good to know because there's a bunch out there today here in day 2. So you're well poised to make a good run and get into the top 8 here. So on behalf of Justin, I'm Kirk, and we'll catch you back here round 11 action here in Hartford.